कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। In the Yuddha Kanda of Srimad Ramayanam, we have seen how Rama, who was extremely worried and perturbed that Seetā is languishing in the prison of Lanka Pradesham, and upon hearing the words of Hanuman, who said that Seetā has been anxiously and eagerly waiting his arrival, wanted to convey the grief that he had, at the same time give an ashvasam to Seetā. That is when the beautiful kavyam called Hamsa Sandesham by Vedanta Deshika comes into the picture. This was briefly discussed. That said, Rama was consoled with the soothing words of Sugriva. At the same time, he was also consoled by Lakshmana. After having been told words so soothing and nectarine enough by Sugriva and Lakshmana, Rama performed his Sandhya Vandanam. This was discussed. In Lanka Pradesham, Ravana was extremely angry. He was also worried. Such a beautiful, well-guarded fortress called as a Lanka, its security was breached by not a Manushya, by a Vanara. See, in the eyes of Ravana, two categories, two communities were not worthy of respect. One was Narajati, the second was Vanarajati. That is why, even while seeking boons, he had excluded these two communities from having the power and the valor to vanquish him in the battle. That is why he said, I should not be killed by a Deva, by an Asura, by a Rakshasa. But he forgot to speak about Nara and Vanara Jati intentionally, because he knew that the Naras and the Vanaras are good for nothing. So this was his assumption about the Vanara Jati. And look who! A Vanara came in the middle of the night, killed one of his sons called Akshakumara, met Seetā, gave her the Anguliyakam, accepted the Chudamani, and while the Vanara had to be killed, and instead a punishment was meted to him where his tail was to be burned, the Vanara had the audacity to light the entire Lanka Pradesham in fire, turning into a heap, a mountain of ashes. So Ravana was extremely worried that the good, very well built, guarded security system of Lanka was breached. So he called for a council meeting. That is when they all arrived. He says, Dharshija cha pravishta cha Lanka dushprasaha puri Tena vanara matrena Drishta Seetā cha Janaki. Drishta Seetā cha Janaki. Vanara has come, seen Seetā, given the respective ring, accepted the Chudamani, burnt the entire Lanka and gone. What are we doing here? He asked. That is when he says, look at Ravana's words, mark them. He says, Tarishyati cha suvyaktam Raghavaha sagaram sukham tarasa yukta rupena sanujaha sabalanugaha samudram soshayashyati viryenan yatkarotiva tasminnavevam vidhe karye viruddhe vanaraihi saha. He says, I am very sure. What is Ravana sure of? That Raghava, Ramachandra, along with his brother, will somehow be able to cross the oceans and come to Lanka. So this is not somebody from Rama Paksham talking about Rama's ability. Ravana says, I have confidence that Raghava will be able to come. Samudram soshashyati viryenanyat karotiva. This man of great valor called Rama will be able to do something or the other, even dry up the oceans. Underline this word, dry up the oceans. This is what Ravana says of Rama. Later when we discuss Setu Bandhanam, Rama will say a few words that we shall discuss. Here, Tasmin evam vidhe karye viruddhe vanarehi saha. I am confident that he may even dry up the ocean. He may come with his brother, just not the brother, Vanarehi Saha. He will bring the Vanaras also to this territory. This is what Ravana says. Now, Ravana says this is also an insult to us. It is an insult meted to us. This concept or this thought of Ravana that Anjaneya, Hanuman's presence in Lanka is an insult, comes in the Tamil version of the Ramayana called Kamba Ramayanam, where Kamban says, தாழ்ச்சி இங்கு இரின்மேல் தருவதையன் இனி மாட்சிவோர் குரங்கினால் அடித்த மாலைத்தே ஆட்சியும் அமையும் என அரசும் நன்று என சூழ்ச்சியின் கிழிவரை நோக்கிச் சொல்லுவான். I seen this is like an insult made on us or Rajyam on the king, he says. When Ravana is giving words like, yes, the monkey has insulted us, it is Rama who will be coming with his brother, he will just not come alone, he will carry the Vanaras, he may even dry up the waters of the ocean. The ministers in Ravana's council boost his confidence. They say, Ravana, don't you know who you are? You once conquered Bhogavati. You remember, while conquering Bhogavati is when Ravana misbehaved with Takshaka's wife. So here it is said that he had conquered Bhogavati, he had conquered Kubera Pattinam, which is Lanka. At one point in time, Lanka was the property of his half-brother called Kubera. So Kubera was easily won over by Ravana. His Pushpaka Vimala was taken. His ministers, look at the ministers, they advise Ravana telling that you had seized Pushpaka. Is this something to feel proud about? You had such ministers even then. Then he says you had conquered Mandodari. Then you had conquered Madhu, who is from the Kumbhinasi clan. You had conquered Yama and Varuna in their respective towns. After having done that, we are confident. The ministers say, Ravana is not confident. The ministers are confident that Ravana will be able to win over a battle against Rama. They say, Rajan apada yukteyam agada prakrita janat hridinaiva tvaya karya tvam vadhishyasi raghavam. We are confident that you will be able to vanquish Raghava in a battle. So this was the confidence that the ministers gave. Rather, what they should have said. See, the root cause of a Vanara coming here is because you have kidnapped somebody else's wife. This is not the morality that is expected of a king, especially a king. Ravana, give back Seetā. This is what ministers are meant for. Ministers should always guide the king in the path of dharma. Rather, these people are boosting him and giving him confidence that he will be able to win over Seetha's husband Rama. The point is not whether they are giving him the right confidence or wrong confidence. They don't even understand the morality. That is why it was very pertinent for Rama to have taken the avatar of Rama, Dharma Samsthapanarthaya, to establish the path of righteousness. Dharmam, Rama had to work this hard. That said, Now finally, when all the ministers give him the wrong advice from our perspective, from Ravana's perspective, they were giving the right advice. That is when Vibhishana stands. If you remember Aranya Kandam, Shurpanaka introduces herself. She says, Rama, I am the sister to Ravana. I am the sister to Kumbhakarna. I am very proud of these two brothers. But Rama, I have to be very vocal. I have to be frank. I have to be honest. I feel that if at all there is something that I feel bad about, that I am the sister to Vibhishana, and she calls him, Rama may ask, right, why do you feel bad that you are the sister to Vibhishana? She says, Vibhishanastu dharmatma, because he is a dharmatma. He stands and follows the path of dharma. He will always adhere to the truth and satyam vada dharmam charayit. Upanishad state, he will follow it. I am feeling so sad and that I am that kind of man's sister. Because Ravana, Kumbhakarna, myself, we generally don't adhere to dharma. We are all adharmic people, we take complete pride in that. But look at our family, I don't know where this odd man called Vibhishana has come. So Vibhishana was called good by his own sister. That Vibhishana now stands up to counsel his brother Ravana in the path of dharma. He says, Apramattam katham tanto vijigishum bale sthitam jitarosham duradarsham tam darshayitum ichchata. How can you win over Rama who has won over anger? See, anger and lust, kamam and krodham, these are the two biggest enemies for any individual, any human being. Rama has won over both kamam and krodham. How will you be able to win over Rama when you are not won over kama krodham, whereas Rama has won over kamam and krodham? Jitarosham duradharsham tam dharshayitum ichchata, he asks. Then he says, give Maithili back, give Seetā back, because before something untoward happens to your plan, to Lanka Pradesham, give Seetā back. Now there is something very interesting here. Here, Vibhishana says, how can you win over Rama who has won over anger? Correct? So then, there is a point here. Maybe Vibhishana thought, my brother Ravana has misunderstood his enemy. It is not J Rama, it is D Rama. It is Dasharatha's son Rama that I am talking about, not J Rama. Because J Rama was Jamadagni's son Rama called Parashurama. You will all be surprised that I am now standing in Omtara Kala Kutira in Bengaluru. In this beautiful storehouse of Indic arts and architecture, here in my background is Parashurama, who is fighting the Haihaya king of Mahishmati called as Kartaviryaarjuna. Kartaviryaarjuna was just not killed by Parashurama. There were many other kings of the Kshatriya clan who were killed. Why? Because Parashurama was extremely angry that his father Jamadagni was massacred by Kartaviryaarjuna. When my father has been killed by a Kshatriya, I shall kill every king of the Kshatriya race, he said. So that Rama, called J Rama, had not won over his anger. That is why Vibhishana tells, you have mistaken that Rama to be J Rama. I am not talking about J Ram. I am talking about D Ram. D Rama, Dasharatha Rama, Dasharathi Rama has won over anger. When he has won over anger and you have not, Ravana, you will never be able to win over Rama. That's it. Do you think Ravana will agree to what Vibhishana has said? And did Vibhishana have more things, stronger, franker, truthful things to say to Ravana? Yes, much, much more in the next episode.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.